timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure comes and down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Really solid coverage from the current NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Also had an interception in that game a week ago.
And it was fun to watch him in practice this week, wasn't it? To see how he understands spacing, and when the ball's arriving, which hand to put out in front to try and knock it away. And he just exhibited it on that play.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Ready. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Working from the gun, Lance.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Come on, set. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Ready?
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Lance now on 1st down.
It's caught on the right side. Williams.
A gain of 5.
On 2nd down, here's Lance. This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Now Lance again.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready.
To throw, it's Lance. And he floats one there, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10. Pass incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And Lance now to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Carolina. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So we come upon halftime, intermission. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the 2nd half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. 2nd half action underway. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. This ball caught by McIntosh. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun. Bryant is going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
This is brought in at the 21. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They run the counter. Bird. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Looking deep downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Bryant. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
1st down, Panthers.
Back to throw. Bryant. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He's got Mingo.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Open man is Mingo, complete.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left.
He'll find Najee Harris.
The 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Harris. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the drive goes 75 yards. And Carolina scores to cap it off.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Ready. Ready.
Here's Lance to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Open man Hamler. That's complete.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Up the middle they go. Bird. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Here we go. Set. Set. Go.
They'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
Go. Set.
They'll try to run this one in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Down.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4.
Offense.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Palmer. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Now it's the backup Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Looking to speed things second down now. It's Palmer, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Slot man moves right.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Now, with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ready, set.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got room.
And Lance will have the 1st down. Slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
The play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Lance now on 1st down. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives them a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Bird, and this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Second down and 4. Throwing now is Lance. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. And the Lions are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Lance looking to throw it.
Finding Williams once more, complete. Touchdown! Jamison Williams from 6 yards away. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. Palmer.
And he's got it down to the 28.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So this